On our 160th anniversary, we are sharing stories with you about the lives that we have strengthened. Adoption is at the core of what we do at JFCS, bringing children together with loving parents.
In 1970, we were childless. We were very unhappy. We knew what we wanted and thought we couldn't have it. And then our lives merged with what was then the Association for Jewish Children, now Jewish Family and Children Service, and they helped us become whole.
The agency had several interviews of us before to see, number one, whether we would be fit parents, and number two, whether we were psychologically able to handle an adoption and raise a child in a good, healthy manner. It was obvious that our caseworker had done this before. Her experience gave us a lot of confidence.
She said, "This is the child for you. This is the child we know. We want her for you and we want you for her." When we finally got the real call, the emotions are just so high. Scared. And I remember we went out for dinner with friends that last night, and we said, "It's our last night of freedom, but tomorrow will be our first night as parents." The next day, we went to 13th and Spencer, and we walked into a room. It was a crib, and Elise, the baby who became Elise, was verbal even then, and she gooed and she giggled and she, and we went over. I think our eyes were this wide, and we looked, and I remember saying, "Oh, can I pick her up?" And she said words that utterly changed our lives. She said, "She's yours. You can do whatever you want." The first thing we did, we had a sweater that Bernie's mother had knit and a beautiful blanket that my mother had woven. So we put her in those. And we brought her home and we put her on the dressing table and we checked her out. You remember that? We checked, this and this and this. And then we put her in our clothes. And then it really felt like, that she was ours.
We had always told Elise from the time she was, a teenager or a young teenager, that we would always support her if she wanted to make a search for her birth parents, that we would help her with that. When she was 21, she had come to us and made the decision that she'd like to do a search. The first thing we did was contact the agency and send a card to her birth mother.
They made arrangements for Elise to meet her, and this woman was, and here I was, and we just grabbed each other and hugged each other, and both at the same time said, "Thank you."
JFCS has really made a difference in our lives. It made our lives, the life with Elise and now our grandchildren, and it all came from that adoption.